So the Argentinian coach has been saying overnight we were fragile, we mentally fell apart after we conceded the first goal, and we haven't quite worked out how to play with Leo Messi.
It says everything.
After conceding the first goal?
Yeah, well, I think the difficult part is Enzo Perez wasn't even the 23. I know he played in 2014, but he comes into the lineup after Lanzini has an injury, and he ends up starting in the first 11, and you have Dybala on the bench, and you have Pepito Higuain. You see both players, once they were introduced, what they brought to the team. This is just a shambles, Argentina. A terribly prepared team. They don't have coordination. They don't have chemistry. Messi can't do it on his own.
To me, they look unhappy as a collective. They look unhappy with him, but to have not worked out quite yet how to
play with Messi.
Put Messi in your
side.
I don't get it. I mean, can I offer an alternative, Andy? I said yesterday.
What, leave him out?
Leave him. If the other 10 can't play with him,
big shout.
Play without him.
Big shout. Listen, they've been playing with Messi's 30. Messi's been in the international team, what, since he was 20?
Yes.
So, come on, 10 years in the international team and they haven't worked out how to play.
But they don't look happy, do they?
No,
they don't look happy with what they're being asked to do.
If you've got the best footballer in the world, okay, allegedly,
the Portuguese have
one or two. He's one of the top 2 players in world football. Okay, you put him in your team and you fit your team around him. Simple as that.
It's staggering.
I mean,
that's a disgrace for me.
I don't get that.
To come out and say that,
Sampaoli shouldn't be saying
that's embarrassing. Actually, you're talking about the greatest player maybe in the history of football. The truth is, you no longer produce classic number 10s like Riquelme, Aymar, Verón. They don't have playmakers in the midfield. They're very top-heavy. They still produce forwards. But Argentina, you know, they haven't been able to identify the players that could supply Messi and put him in good positions.
Oh, come on. If they're all international footballers.
Not the midfielders. Biglia.
If they're emotionally broken, right, and the players don't gel with Messi, there's only one person to blame, and that's the coach.
The coach.
Is that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, maybe the rest are just fed up with Messi's presence.
Well, maybe they are, but you don't get that impression. Messi took them here. Messi scored a hat-trick in the final qualifying match.
He might have done, but has he looked happy? Have they looked happy playing with him?
The issue's not that. He might not be happy. I don't know. Something might be wrong with him privately. We don't know. You know, first game, let me just say, in the first game, although they were poor, he had more shots on goal than any. He had about 16 shots on goal himself. And he could easily have scored 1 or 2 goals in that first game. But he was okay. Yesterday, I did sense there was something from minute 1.
Right.
He didn't, even in the
national anthem,
when he was like that in front of the national anthems. It was like, I don't want to be here. And listen, maybe after 10 years of winning nothing at national level, try to follow Maradona as the classic.
Let's not forget, within the last 18 months, he spat the dummy more than once. He's actually announced his retirement.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And maybe there is an element of the rest saying, well, hold on, you know, do we really need this guy as much as we're being told we do? Do we really need to have to play through this guy as much as we're being told we have to?
Don't pick him in the final game if I'm Sampaoli. Don't pick him.
Well, he's nothing to lose now, has he?
Don't pick him. See where that goes, see how far it gets you, but don't pick him.
But it wouldn't be the first time, Carl, would it, that a big name has ultimately become a victim of his own success?
You have all over big names, but a name like Messi is
the biggest.
Is the biggest. So I think it's very difficult to let him out, even if he had a really bad game last night. But the whole team didn't perform. That is the problem, that they cannot get him in the right positions. They're all he played
again,
all the time in the middle.
I don't think he doesn't look to me like he wants to go into the right positions. He walked about between the D and the centre circle all last night. Now, that's not putting it in for your teammates, is it?
It's not, no. And listen, I think the standards he has set himself have been sensationally high. And when he falls below them, it's hugely noticeable when you're one of the best players in the world. Now, if the case is that the players and him don't get on, they're not seeing eye to eye, and they're not gelling, then do something about it if you're Sampaoli. Don't tell us about it after the game. Do something about it before the game. I don't know where they go. I don't know where they go.
Mentally fragile.
Would you dare leave Messi out? Would you leave Messi out, Carl? Would you leave Messi out?
I would never let him out.
No, never.
I would maybe put another good striker alongside him.
It's not my call, but I would right now.
Well, I'm glad that you brought up 2016, because Tata Martino was the trainer. Messi was the one that handpicked him. You know, he's from the same town where Messi's from. And after that World Cup, the federation was such a shambles that he said, I'm not playing anymore. Obviously, he came back to play. I think the biggest fault of Messi is that he doesn't say Higuain plays, Kun Agüero. He drops off a little bit, play Dybala, and say these are the fantastic 4, if you will, like we see with Brazil, but he's not doing that.
No, he's not.
He's not doing that. For me, that's the biggest decision that I think is a big mistake, because they don't possess class midfielders.